Hello and welcome back to my channel. So, as you may know, we recently reached 600 subscribers on my channel, so I asked you guys what I should do. If I should do a sketchbook tour, or a different sketchbook tour, or the drawing of Moke I do every year. And we are doing a sketchbook tour of my first ever finished sketchbook. A bit of context, this sketchbook took me from 6th grade to last year to complete, so like 7 years I think. So, first page, I drew my dog's foot. It's one of the dogs that I haven't actually showed on my channel because he passed away long before I started YouTube. His name was Duke, he was a beagle, so he was laying down and I just drew his paw for practice, I guess, I don't know. Actually looks pretty good. Next we have whatever I was trying to draw, and as you can see I redrew it here with what was I even trying to do? Which, I mean, it's better than the first one. Actually not that bad at all, but that one is I had just started properly learning how to draw from Pinterest and whatnot, and I wasn't doing very good at it yet. Luckily I'm a lot better, so yeah, don't give up kids. Stay in school. Next, the first of many Undertale fan arts. I don't know that that's what vertebrae look like, but whatever. Yeah, Papyrus, Undyne, what a beautiful hand. Greatest hand I've ever drawn. Yeah, Papyrus is really hard to draw. I don't know that I'd even be able to draw him well now. Also, like, is he in the foreground? Is Undyne just really small? I have no idea, like, I don't know. Anyway, next. In Undertale, this is possible. I feel like I just redrew a meme I saw on Pinterest, which is another recurring thing here. I don't know that there's much to say about this. In Undertale, petting dogs leads to this. Pet 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 pop pop peep pop 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 peep. And it's just Lesser Dog and Frisk again. Shout out to Lesser Dog. Maybe lesser, but still not least. Wonder if there is a least dog. There should be. Wow. A blank page. I am so good at filling sketchbooks and actually finishing them. Sorry for the clickbait, it's not actually complete. A blank page. Undyne. I was going to draw Papyrus here. I was also going to draw him here. Then I gave up and erased it. There. Ooh, we getting vertical. Oh, no spoilers. Papyrus, the hardest one to draw. Part 1. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like how to draw him, writing notes for myself. I don't know that there's much to say about this either. Or much that I want to say. Let's just move on. Sans. Bad time to do this? Haha. Humor. Oh snap. An advanced bad time sketch. Okay. I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, is it really that advanced? Moving on. I'm probably gonna cut so much of this video out, and you know what? You know what I'm also gonna do? I'm just gonna turn the page sideways. Turn all the pages sideways. Then I'm gonna zoom in. And I'll just edit things to be vertical in post. Ooh, we got some Gaster up in here. How do you understand him? You learn wingdings. You learn wingdings. That's how you understand them. Alphys, also very hard to draw. Mew Mew 2 is the worst. Teeth. That's how you draw him, I guess. Undyne, she is best girl. I quite like her. And man, this commentary is amazing. I like this picture. I like that silly face of hers. Looks silly. Oh yeah, the fandom used to give her like a headband or something. So I drew that. Napstablook, my beloved. This guy's easy to draw. I should draw him. Yeah, I might have to draw him for a short or something. Someone remind me in the comments. And Frisk. Filled with determination. And dusty tutus. Look, I gotta give past me credit. These profile faces are better than anything I could draw now. Mostly. Oh, Demi! And Bob. And Demi again. Yeah, not else. Not else. I'm so good at commentary. Not much else to say about these either. That's a nice tail though. Toriel. Hello, my child. I didn't draw much of her, I guess. I don't know, I always found her pretty hard to draw. But like, nowadays she'd probably be one of the easiest. I don't know. Man, I did not watch any sketchbook tours preparing for this, so I don't know how well I'm doing, but whatever. I'll just keep. Oh wow, Blank Page Part 2 Electric Boogaloo! My goodness, this is incredible. Wow! Blank Page Part 3 Electric Beetledy? Part 4 Hungry for More. Part 5 Say Hi to Clive. Wow. What, how many, what? At least here I was going to draw something. There's more papyruses here. Papyruses? Papyri? Just papyrus? I don't know. I was also absolutely huge on the AUs back in the day. Underswap, Bros Chill, Undertale, OG Bro, Underfell, Bro listens to My Chemical Romance or something, and Human Tale, where he's just some guy, the most basic guy I could have drawn. Like, how if I didn't label it as Human Tale, I would not know that was Papyrus. Like, anyway. Ah, this page. Top that! Spin the top! There are tiny holes in the page. Just, not even holes, just indentations. Because I had a top and I decided to spin it. But I didn't want to hurt anything I would be drawing, so I just, like, labeled it as a page to spin a top on. Except then I never spun a top on it again, so like, sucks to be me. Wow! 1, 2, oh my goodness! 2 Sanses! Amazing! I've never drawn so many Sans in my life. Why am I being so sarcastic? Now this, I was really proud of this when I first drew it. I used I don't know, I have a pencil set and I used it for shading and then I colored on top of it. It does have a pretty interesting effect. Like, makes it really nice and desaturated, but like, yeah, no, this actually isn't that bad. Anyway. Neat Undine. I used to draw eyes really square. I think I also learned that from Pinterest. I learned, like, basically all of my art skills from Pinterest. Azrael. So how come I was able to draw Azrael, but not Toriel? We may never know. But yeah, I really like this. I liked it when I drew it. I like it now. His sleeve looks silly as heck, if you will. Pardon the language, my goodness. But yeah, I drew a lot of Azrael. Like, look at all those flowers I drew. I need to draw more flowers. Like, I need to put in effort like this. Literally my last speed paint I drew flowers like this. What am I talking about? Anyway. So yeah. Azrael, more Azrael. I always drew him with tears in his eyes. It's not how his sprites look, but whatever. Ooh, I had my mom draw Azrael. She just googled a picture of him and copied it. Whatever, whatever. Azrael, that's because I didn't like how his arm looked. I mean, honestly, it's bad, but it's not that bad. I don't know. It's not worthy of being called failure. I'm a boy. Ooh, I really like this picture of Azrael. That flower looks so floopy and fat and droopy though. And yeah, not much else to say about that, except I used to add way too many clothing folds and none of them looked right. Oh my goodness, you'll never guess who it is. It's Azrael Dreamer! With a heart! So yeah, here's that boy again. That's actually a really good hand. Ooh, Azrael and Frisk. I actually really like this picture as well. Like, bro, why can't I draw like this anymore? Because I draw better now. Anyway, no. I really like how all these flowers look. I like his face. I like Frisk. Flower crown. Really nice. Yeah, moving on. So I'm already almost 15 minutes into this, and there is much more to come. You are filled with determination. Wow. But yeah, another thing I used to do in my drawings a lot, or in my sketchbooks rather, was I would just draw one big picture and then just like, that's it for the page. Wow, more Azrael with flowers. Unprecedented. Is that dog hair? No, that's a pencil mark. Okay, bro does look adorable here though. But his arms are just like, whoo, like how, like, look at the angle right, whoo. Like arms don't bend like that. Whatever. Ooh. This was my old persona before I had YouTube, before I had any social media. Firefox Gaming. I just like took this Minecraft skin I found on the app Skin Seed. I don't even know if that app still is around, but man, this was like my favorite Minecraft skin ever, so I drew her as my persona. Nowadays, I got good old reliable Blue Bun. But yeah, I think she looks pretty cool. Perspective practice. I mean, this hand, actually pretty good. This foot, nice. Everything else, proportions do be looking pretty silly. I also used to draw my characters just like a lot more rectangular, blocky, I don't know. Like, look at these legs, these are just rectangles. Where's the curve? Where's the dynamicism? Ooh, fancy words. Oh yeah, not bad. I like it. Gasp! Horror Tale Sans. Bro, he looked like he got a bag of rice slumped over his shoulders. Other than that, he looks pretty cool. Haha, I was going to draw Ink Sans, but I gave up. And said nope. I don't know, I feel like this is salvageable. I mean, I think mainly the thing I did wrong with this one was head way too big. Didn't leave room for his legs, so they're just like really tiny. But here should be, oh yep, there's that boy. I remember it was always really fun to draw him because he had so many tiny details, and the floof was fun to draw. I need to draw more jackets around the waist. That looks pretty good and fun too. This hand looks like it's on backwards, but whatever. Man, I'm so glad I don't do Undertale AUs anymore. That was kind of cringe, TBH, as they say. Ooh, I really like this. Look at those shoes. Those shoes look cool. This, woo, that looks cool. His pose, cool. That brush, cool. Everything about this except the unfinished hand, cool. Deltarune had just released, so I tried to draw Ralsei. Emphasis on tried. I gave up, and then labeled it practice. Remember kids, if you fail at something, just label it practice, and no one will ever know. Chris, looking cool. Yeah, I haven't played Deltarune. I know that I think like chapters 3 and 4 came out. I don't know about 5, but like, I don't know. I played through chapter 1. I thought it was pretty neat. Well, I thought it was incredible. I didn't finish chapter 2, and then I don't intend to play the rest of the game. Like, I don't know. I've left my Undertale phase. I mean, it's always it's always gonna hold a special place in my heart, or my soul, if you will. But I don't know, I'm just not that into it anymore. This is a recreation of me and my bestie playing horror games. And yes, this is the friend that I went bowling with and drew as a really short otter. So yeah, those hands, pretty good. The expression, also pretty good. Her expression, also pretty good. But like, I couldn't determine if I wanted the entire iris to get smaller or just the pupil, so I decided, why not do one of each? So I did, because when you're doing art, you can do anything. And look! One of the earliest instances instances of my signature. Amazing. I didn't realize it was that old. That's pretty cool, actually. One of the earliest pictures of Kelsey. I'll put another picture of her that I drew somewhere on the screen. Yeah, I've had her since, I guess, 6th grade then. It's amazing how much her designs changed, and her personality, and everything. I don't know, she just changed. Gasp! Me, an artist. And Ink Sands, a different artist. Yeah, not much else to say about this. I mean, these poses, pretty good. Bro, I need to draw poses like this more. Why don't I? Oh, I know, it's because I'm lazy. Anyway, I feel like I remember something specific about this, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, I left a date. Yeah, it was 6 years ago, my goodness. Anyway, I think I just wanted to draw Frisk, but like, with longer hair. I don't know, I think she looks neat. Ooh, this is actually a pretty darn good picture of Undyne. I like how I did that hair, except I think the only thing I would change nowadays is get rid of the sideburn piece or whatever, and just like add a few more lines in here. Other than that, pretty good. And no nose, haha. Undyne doesn't deserve a nose. Just kidding, she deserves everything. Okay, bye. Oh, Chica. So I also drew a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. And those of you who like Five Nights at Freddy's animations may recognize this style as greatly inspired by the great Ava G. I used to watch her animations all the time. I label as practice, so I had permission to be bad, but these are pretty darn good. So like, stop being silly past me from 6 years ago. Hey, look at Mr. Cupcake. Ooh, Funtime Foxy. Looking pretty good. Look at that paw. I like how that paw looks. Look at that snout, that mouth, that snoot. Boop. Also pretty darn good. Like, I really like how I drew that. And then we have some bleed from on the back of another page. So you may be wondering, okay, why can't we see the other pages? Well, you see, I have this really weird thing where with these, I can only draw on the right hand side because otherwise my right hand would just like bump up against this when I'm drawing and it would just murder me. It would make me crave the sweet embrace of death. So I only drew on the right side. So that's why that's like that. It's like that for like all my sketchbooks, so if and when I do another tour, prepare yourself for that. Wait, a Funtime Foxy? Whee! Woohoo! I drew the toy animatronics, but yeah, this looks pretty darn good. Very Ava G expression. I really like how Mangle looks. Absolute creature. One of my favorites of all time. Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon. Again, not much else to say about this because it's same old, I just copied the Ava G style. Yeah, I think her animation for You Can't Hide had just released. Ooh, unfinished picture of the sister location animatronics minus Ballora. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, like, not much to say because, I mean, I don't know, I just think it's neat. More Chica practice. LOL. So yeah, I think the main difference between this and the past one, the previous one, whatever you want to say, is the hair go ploofy like that, and the cheeks go ploofy like this. Man, I am so good at explaining. I'll be honest, I kind of like the old one better, except for the hair ploof. Anyway, moving on. Whee! Ooh, the fun times with their faces open. That was always really fun to draw for me. Like, look at Funtime Foxy, like, look at that. That still looks good. She looks spooky, she looks spooky. He just looks cute. He just looks adorable. I was gonna try to draw Duke, the beagle from the first page, and then gave up. Like, again, it's not even that bad. It's salvageable. Oh yeah, he's holding a hot dog because my sister used to hide pills in his hot dogs so he would take his meds. Yes! We got my original characters appearing not as stick people for probably the first time. Leonard the dog, Bill McStick, and Macy. I don't know that I had given her last name of Edwards yet. She doesn't even have a last name anymore. But yeah, here it is, my beloveds in 3D. And by 3D, I mean 2D. I really like how Leonard's snoot looks. Look at this. Look at this beautiful man, this gorgeous boy. Yeah, I would share the most recent pictures I have of these three, but like, I feel like it would count as spoilers. I don't know. Also, that's a pretty cute nose. I don't draw noses like that at all, but like, pretty nice. This is a somewhat forgotten OC of mine. Forest with 2 R's, or Forest as I like to call him. In the forest of trees that look like they have fur and not leaves. This bunny only looks slightly terrifying with that eyeball. And that wing's pretty darn good, but like the rest of the Pegasus does not look in proportion to anything. To be fair, I don't really proportion or like perspective, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't really put things in perspective in my drawings that much. But yeah, this guy's a satyr, except I didn't give him goat ears for whatever reason. Didn't give him any ears at all. What is he, Cinderella? Anyway, I like that stump, I like that fox. I like this boy as a concept. Moving on. Leonard. You can tell I finally got the hang of drawing dogs. It doesn't look like my second page anymore. Except this snoot. What is up with this snoot? This perspective is straight up silly, as they say. But yeah, Leonard, he used to be able to stand up on 2 legs. Then I decided, well, maybe I don't want him to. So now he doesn't. Because I can do whatever I want with these characters. Bill and his evil twin brother Will, except he's not really evil. He's just a sad boy. Yeah, Bill used to wear a fedora, because he was much more of an Indiana Jones than a insert generic fantasy character. Them fingernails look terrifying though. Oh yeah, and I forgot Will used to have purple eyes, so I guess purple's always been a part of his design. You know, the more you know. Ooh, Shimmer! I might have the animation that I drew Shimmer in. I think I posted it when I did my compilation of old animations. But yeah, Shimmer's fur right here, here, and here used to change colors, just like shift through the rainbow. I should draw Shimmer more, or animate him. Abby! I feel like this was after I met my friend Abby. So I don't know why I named this character after her when like I knew an Abby, but whatever. That wing looks cool. Her expression looks cool. She was what I called a breeze wolf, and she could enter the psyche of people and read their minds and influence them or whatever. But she all chained up because she got tragic backstory. And she was Leonard's love interest, but Leonard don't need no love interest. So she doesn't exist anymore. Gender bend, human tail, sands, and papyrus. I really went down the rabbit hole of AUs, didn't I? Moving on. Shimmer, but in a less chibi style. He just looks like Leonard, but slightly different. I really like how this paw looks. I might have just copied a picture of my dog Stormy. I think that's what I did for Shimmer's pose. I don't know that I have the picture. I don't know. But look, I also drew a Dewclaw. I don't do that anymore. Probably should. I think it would improve my arts. Bill's Adventures Remastered. Coming soon to Flip-A-Clip. And then it never did. Because I start animating and then I get bored with it and give up. This was my friend's character Bob. He let me use Bob in my comics, and I am eternally grateful for that. Pretty neat fella. Again, I really like Leonard's snoot. Bro's snoot looks nice. This is Lily. I gave up on drawing Macy's hand. She had water magic, by the way. Okay, so we got Abby, Tribal Blob, Rick. Such an intimidating name. Generic Evil Wolf. Will. Jacqueline. Lily. Macy, Bill, Leonard, and Bob. So our friend who used to live next door had a really fat, really angry cat named Oliver. So I drew him. I really like how that mouth looks. Boredom. Perspective practice. Meh. This was the perspective, by the way. Yeah, it's just Bill lounging around being bored. I could probably draw better, but only if I use a 3D reference, or like use the 3D model as a reference. Or a picture, I don't know. Why did I never draw his ears? Like, did he have ears in the previous? Yeah, no ears, no ears. No one except the doggies and the catos were deserving of ears. Okay, whatever. And oh my goodness, Ballora fail. Again, it's literally not even that bad. Get a hold of yourself, you dork. Another Ballora. Again, I wish I drew like more lines in her hair. And of course, I had to make her more modest because if you know Ballora, then you know. Molten Freddy, drawn without a reference. Probably a fail. Meh. Again, not that bad. I really like the whoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Man, I'm so good at narrating. You should hire me for something. But yeah, even without a reference, even if it's completely inaccurate, I still think it's pretty good, just like as a drawing. Susie, observing Chris eat moss. I really like drawing Susie, she's awesome. Like, look at that snout, again, like why can't I draw snouts that good now? Look at those twofers. Those twofers look neat. Ooh, I asked my mom to draw a spooky picture. So she did. Ooh, I was going to draw the Star Sanses, which, if I remember correctly, was Ink, Blueberry, which is Underswap, and Dream. Again, look at this hand. That's pretty good. Look at this shoe. That's pretty darned good. But again, it's just like the same thing, different pose. Ooh, we're getting into my Five Nights at Freddy's OCs. This is Lilac. She has since been extraordinarily redesigned, and she is less of a Funtime Foxy ripoff now. Except when I designed her, that was all the way back in 4th grade. And back in 4th grade, I think Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was the most recent to come out. So Lilac, if she was a copy of anything, would have been more mangled than Funtime Foxy. But yeah, she is my beloved main character. And I really hope I get to make a fan game with her sometime. Skylar, he was a cheetah. I don't know that they would have a cheetah animatronic. They probably would, especially with Secret of the Mimic. Like, and I could see Skylar being this chonky lad in Mimic costume. Not named Skylar though, it would be named something different. Acel. Hilarious story about this. I came up with the name Acel when I was playing some random free online fantasy game. And I was like, ooh, what's a cool name I could make? Acel. Like, that's not how animatronic names work, you dork. Do better. But no, I really like Acel as well. She's been repurposed so many times that she is not the same character at all. Like, the character I've repurposed her into is a young male salamander named Sunny. I don't know how that happened either. Anyway. Luke. He was a caracal. Cat I learned about from Wild Kratts that jumps really high and has ear poofy tufts. Yeah, in the lore, Lilac was always frustrated with Luke for making stupid jokes. Ooh, Cassandra Jones! I do have a picture of her. Look at that hand. Isn't that an amazing hand? Wow, I'm so good at drawing. Graphic design is my passion. That position for a hand to draw is really difficult. Man, I have been recording for 40 minutes. I might have to split this into 2 parts. But yeah, she was the night guard. I really need to redesign her because I like her. And for the record, this was before we knew about Cassie, Golden Freddy, whatever the heck is going on there. It was before we knew about Cassie, from Ruin. So Scott totally stole from me. Yep, I'm going with that. Jeffrey Cole. You can tell he's the villain because I wrote his name in spiky letters. I never drew him. He's irrelevant to the plot anyway. I mean, I could totally bring him back. I need some names for characters, but... Ooh, and this is actually quite good. Why didn't I color Golden Freddy though? Anyway, it's like that one Manda Pony song, just like balloons, I don't remember the words. Why didn't I color their eyeballs either? Whatever, it's cute, I like it. Stripe the Thylacine, also known as a Tasmanian tiger. Rest in peace, they are extinct. There's this one animator that I watched a couple videos of theirs. Do not remember the name. But I just stole how they drew snoots. Looks pretty good. Anyway. Why do I keep saying anyway? I'm just gonna cut that out every time I say it. Oh, that's it. Well, part 2, I guess. Or I might just keep going. But I need a break right now, so I'm just going to hit pause. Okie doke, I've decided we're just gonna go ahead. Oh, that was a lot cooler in my head. We are going to just go ahead and do the second part. And starting off, Blueberry Sands and Error Sands. Now, you may have heard me refer to him as Blue. As Blueberry, perhaps. And yes, that's where I got my channel name from. So, me and 2 other friends, we used to write notes to each other in class, and after class and between class. We used to call each other Blueberry Sands, Vanilla Sands, and Dream with Rainbow Sprinkles. Yeah, 6th grade was weird, but yeah. I designated myself Blueberry Sands, and then when I was thinking of a YouTube channel name, Firefox Gaming, I didn't want to get in trouble with Mozilla, and also it just didn't fit. It's not a gaming channel. So I was like, but what else? What else could possibly describe me? And then there was this lad, and I'm like, you know what? I've been called Blueberry for the past however many years, even though literally no one refers to me as that anymore. May as well go Blueberry. So yes, I named my entire YouTube channel after a Sans Undertale alternate universe. The more you know. Let's move on. What have we here? My goodness! It's her, Firefox Gaming. Looking excited about something. Why do I say something and not something? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Lily, but spelled different. Yeah, lion faces, and actually she's a Black Panther. Actually, she's a Black Panther. But yeah, some cat faces, hard to draw. Then, oh my goodness, Firefox Gaming and Pyrofox, who was literally just Firefox, but with black hair with blue streaks. Because that's how I wanted to dye my hair back then. I never got around to dyeing my hair, especially because I went to a private school. They would not allow that. My goodness! She's a Pokemon trainer now! Perspective? Not great, but not bad. Why does she have no pupil? We may never know. Azrael and Frisk. Okay, that hand, that looks really good. I like that. I like how that looks. Hug the boy. Never don't hug the goat boy. Only slightly cursed Charmander. I don't know. Something is off about its head. And I don't know what it is. Other than that, it doesn't look that bad. Ooh, it's me, the cool, confident one. I am neither of those things. Me, the dorky, kawaii Pokemon trainer. I am one of those things. Pokemon trainer. And me, the edgy one. Yeah, that holds up. I really like her pose. That looks cool. A Charizard I gave up on, even though the head looks pretty darn neat. Yeah, I might have to finish this someday. I probably won't, but like, I should. Oh yeah, I drew these as memorials for the pets we had most recently lost. Duke, who was actually the same age as I was, he was born the same year, he had recently passed away. And then Wookie, I forgot to write down when she was born and when she died, but she was Wubba's sister. Bro, honestly, if I continued drawing all our dead pets, this page would be like filled. That's really depressing. Practice, lol. It was cooler in my head, bro, ain't that the truth. That is a good Gaster Blaster. The rest of this was indeed much cooler in my head. Fight! And I was gonna put Mercy up here, but then I never did. Leonard! I tried to copy this drawing into Ibis Paint on the iPad, but then it was like my second ever digital drawing, but then I just never finished it, didn't even get past the line art. But yeah, again, pretty nice snoot. Gasp! It's me looking sad but grateful, like, I don't know, I feel like I was just sitting there like being comforted by a friend, like in the drawing, not even in real life. Bro, I got the Monster High legs, just pose like that. I'll have to pull up a picture. Cairo! I should really redesign Cairo because that's a fairly neat design. It's like a wolf dragon, but like, I don't know, cooler than most wolf dragons, I would have to say. Just because I drew it, so it must be cool. Ghost Boy concept sketches. That's not a concept. You didn't come up with him. He's literally a silly little ghost lad that exists like as a Halloween decoration. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of him on Google. But yeah, he's adorable. I used to dance with him when I was little. When I was like 4, I would just grab his tiny little arms and just dance with him. It was adorable. I had my mom draw a picture of Mocha, my character Mocha. It's just, give me your waffles. Does Mocha even like waffles? I don't know. Yes, I do. I made her. Yeah, she likes waffles. They're not one of her favorites, but she likes them. Anyway, thank you to my mother for drawing. Blank page? In this economy? Wow, my self-Sona. No, you're not. Hey, look, we made it to 2020. Female, tall, skinny, black shirt, fluffles. That refers to these little hairs. What was it? Glasses. I only wear them when I drive. Because I don't feel like seeing anything else. Skinny jeans and optional cat headphones. Yeah, my cat headphones were pretty low quality, so I just let my dad use them. Ooh, and here I had entered my Danganronpa phase because I like just discovered Bijou Mike and he had just started playing Danganronpa, so I'm like, well, what do you know? I guess I'll watch it. And I'm actually on chapter 6 of the first game right now in the middle of the class trial, but I had to stop because I was sleepy. But yeah, these pictures, we got my character Delta looking terrifying, this lady being all pretty dancer or whatever. This girl's an elf, that's pretty neat. And we got Chiaki. Yeah, that's the whole reason I brought up the Danganronpa, because Chiaki. I was drawing a lot of like medieval-ish inspired outfits. Like this girl, because I was redesigning Bill and all the Bill's Adventures cast to be less modern guy beats up dragons and more medieval guy beats up dragons. Oh yeah, and this girl, I was trying to line everything up between these two pictures so I could draw side profile better. Side profile, that's what profile is. So I could draw profile better. I had recently started riding horses. What? Another year? Another year between this and the last? What is this nonsense? Anyway, we have an updated Kelsey. We have whoever this is. We have whoever this is. We have Lori in her old design. This girl kind of looks like Claire from Resident Evil 2, but that's not the inspiration. And a horse inspired by Pumpkin, the horse I used to ride the most when I took lessons. We got Hajime. We got my girl, Komaru. She is my favorite. I will not take any constructive criticism or criticism. We have Zeta, my character. We have this guy. I also started watching Attack on Titan around this time, so I feel like he was vaguely inspired by Levi. This girl, who looks like Mocha if she was a human and not a kimono Mimi, you know, animal ear. Woman wearing a kimono. I don't draw kimono that often because they're pretty hard to draw, like them sleeves. difficult. Oh yeah, I also got a white gel pen, so I drew some sparkles in Komaru's hair. This girl, I really wish I had just like turned her into Komaru because that is literally one of Komaru's expressions. But I was like, oh well, I didn't mean for her to look like Komaru, so I'm just not gonna draw her like her, hurt her. And I'm like, no, she looks much more Komaru than this random girl. I like this pose. She having a bit of a sad girl hour. Really like all the detail on the hair. This is Jacqueline. I recently, well, a different Jacqueline from the other Jacqueline that appeared in the Bill's Adventure Slip-a-Clip thing. I had like at least 3 Jacquelines. So yeah, I traded her away to someone. She's in good hands. Ooh, this girl, straight up lounging. Yeah, I used to draw girls in like schoolgirl skirts, but then I'm like, oh, well, and I keep drawing them in inconvenient poses where they would not be modest, so I just gave them like black shorts. Colored picture of Mocha. I need to do more colored pictures in my sketchbook. Like, look at that shading. That's pretty good, as they say. This guy who looks very Attack on Titan inspired, but he's supposed to be more medieval because, you know, medieval people had jeans. Historical accuracy, am I right? Another small Mocha. This one of the squad, Nathan used to be a zombie because I watched Wolfie Chew's animation of Someday from Zombies, and I was like, whoa, well what if Mocha had a boyfriend and he was a zombie? So I made Nathan. But yeah, we got all the character dynamics. We got nerdy bros between Delta and Katsumi. We got besties to lovers. Oh my goodness. With Mocha and Nathan. We got shorty squad because Katsumi is 4'11" and Mocha is like 5'1", I think. I don't remember how short I made her. And then best bros, but also brothers. Well, adopted brothers, but still brothers. Nathan and Delta. And if you've seen recent speed paints or any speed paints of the squad, you know their designs have changed a lot except for Katsumi, because this is probably his most updated design and I haven't really changed it since. So like, bro's been the same since like 2021. That's pretty cool. We got Makoto Naegi from Danganronpa, Nagito Komaeda from Danganronpa, Random Girl from My Imagination, Lori wearing a sporty outfit, I guess? Now those are jeans, not activity shorts or whatever. Ooh, and Drawing with Waffles had made a video where she drew dinosaurs, so I drew a dinosaur. And then never drew a dinosaur again. It's only somewhat of a lie because I've been drawing dinosaur type Digimon lately. Ooh, these are some of my first pen sketches. So I drew Mocha looking floofy like a pine cone if a pine cone was soft. We got Lori being all like, heh, no, because she was the strong, independent woman. I mean, she still is, I guess. Nathan, I meant for him to just be chilling, but I guess he fell asleep on those steps. And then this guy I copied from Pinterest. I need to use a blue pen again. These look pretty cool. Ooh, and these were like reference sheets for the different races in Bill's Adventures. So we got Satyr Boy, we got Fawn Boy. Pretty neat. I just like copied actual goat and deer legs from Pinterest. Not much to say, I don't think. And then we got the ladies. We got female satyr. We got female fawn. We got how the shirt thing ties in the back. And then we got mermaid and merman. Honestly, these designs, as the kids say, absolutely slap. And then little chibis of the Bill's Adventure Squad. We got updated design of Macy. We got Leonard. Updated design of Bill. And updated design of Will. Being scared by a pencil. Oh my goodness, they're so in love! And then I was testing out, I found my mom's Prismacolor alcohol markers from when she was in college, so back during the 90s to 2000s, they have never been refilled, and they're still absolutely gorgeous. I don't understand how that works. Like, bro, Copic could never. I don't even own a Copic, so I don't even know how to tell if they would or not. I don't know. Random girl who looks slightly like me. This guy's just chilling. I really like the pose of her. And then this guy, he's stretching. Look, I learned how to draw muscles. And then I'm like, ooh, what if? Shape language. They're not really that different, but like, they're different enough. I like the color behind them. Ooh, Drawing with Waffles had done designing a character based on a candy cane, I think. So I made this character whose hair was supposed to look like a mint, and then she would wear a kimono with, I don't know, I feel like the pattern would resemble peppermints or something, but then I completely abandoned the picture. Ooh, and this is when I decided to turn my sketchbook into more of a sketchbook. So I made designs for this Fakeamon, who is the evolved form of this Fakeamon, this lounging lady, Porquill, who is like a poison type porcupine poison dart thrower, Bill looking fabulous, Resident Evil 3 Remake. I don't know if it had just released or if 8-Bit Ryan had just started playing it, but Carlos made me want to start practicing anatomy, male anatomy, buff fellas. So I did and then never drew it again. Copied that from Pinterest. I copied all of this from Pinterest. Carlos looking floofy, and baby, look at that face. What a lad, what a man. Dorky small mocha. Honestly, the description says all. Random satyr lady, random centaur dude, random fawn lady. Honestly, I really like all of these, and I didn't feel like drawing eyeballs, so I didn't. So I just like blocked out a sort of mask where their eyes would be. And I think it looks pretty darn good. Ooh, I was trying to decide what I wanted Pegasi, whatever, to look like for Bill's Adventures. Then I drew a Lionel from Breath of the Wild. More Pegasus sketches, then a Wyvern sketch. This was Stormy, our German Shepherd. And then this picture of Koyuki, which I actually turned into a speed paint for the YouTubes. Then we have Small Ocarina of Time Link, Mushroom, a Fine Gentleman, which you can find on my Redbubble. Yeah, I have a Redbubble. I haven't updated it in forever though. Baby Wyvern, other Wyvern, Wyvern Eyeball, Small Katsumi, Nathan, and I did Bird. Didn't feel like drawing Nathan's shoes, so I didn't. Then we have my plans for what an axolotl species would look like for Bill's Adventures. And then more random poses I copied from Pinterest. Again, didn't feel like drawing legs or feet. And then these were a whole bunch of concept sketches for a whole bunch of Fakeamon starters. I had so much trouble deciding on what I wanted this guy to look like, the final evolution of Lamber. I went through so many designs and I still don't know that I'm happy with the final. So yeah, there was like shape language or whatever. Whole bunch of sketches. We got ya boy, Score Bunny. I named mine Jamal because there was this guy on a baking competition who was named Jamal, and my mom's like, gotta catch Jamal, like gotta catch them all. So I'm like, I will name my first ever Pokemon Jamal. And it happened to be Score Bunny. Anyway, we found this really fat baby bird and we named it Lovey Dovey because my mom was watching Big Bang Theory with my sister. It was the fattest, ugliest, angriest bird I've ever seen. And more ideas for the water starter. I'm fairly happy with the final of how he turned out. A lot of Link and Zelda and whatnot. And Tears of the Kingdom spoilers here, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have pointed that out. No, but yeah, I copied these two from the manga. That's pretty neat. Moving on. More character sketches. We have Katsumi causing chaos. Leonard being the boy. Kelsey. We have Corbin being sad that his wife is dead. His wife is no longer named Avery in modern canon though. Millie, some random orange cat being held by Callum. We got Will, we got Aunt April, She's pretty neat. She's her, Anne. We got Nathan. I copied that pose from Pinterest. And we have Princess Koyuki. My girl. She's neat. I like her. Then we got Roxanne Wolf. I really like this picture. She looks very neat. Then we got Saria. We had a sweet potato that looked like an ostrich, so I turned it into an ostrich potato. Then tiny mushrooms. And then this was based on my reality avatar. I have since deleted my reality account, so don't bother trying to find me on there. Snail with a stick. Wubba, our beautiful bunny who has amassed over 100,000 views just for doing a small hop with his feet in his food bowl because he's silly. More Link, random pumpkin girl. The essential mole. I don't know, there was a dead mole in our driveway and my mom's like, oh yeah, that's the essential mole. And I'm like, oh okay. And then these were ideas for one of the things I had to do for graphic design. We had to do something where it was 2 pictures in one. So like here it's a Pegasus taking flight or like doing whatever pose this is with the moon behind it and like, I don't know, a tiny bird. But it's also a bunny all curled up. And then this dragon I designed on a stream with one of my friends on reality. Jack-o'-lantern dragon. She was designing a dragon puppet, I was just designing. And he turned into your boy Jacko, who I did a speed paint of way back in 2023. I might link in the description, I might not. It depends on if I remember. And then these were redesigns. Oh, here's the concept sketch for the finished illustration. But these were ideas of redesigns for Lilac and Luke. And then new character Rosie Doe. And I'm like, ooh, what if she was spooky? But yeah, these designs are also outdated and also really not that good. Like from a Five Nights at Freddy's perspective. Like I think Rosie would probably work the best. But now even she's getting redesigned. Redesign everyone. More Wolf Link. We have a picture of Raven and a Bork Shiba Inu. I was obsessed with drawing Wolf Link for about 2 days. And then, gasp, more Five Nights at Freddy's. These are pretty cute. I kind of prefer the balloons picture I did, but I don't know, I think this one's fine. Then we have lots of pictures of my moth character Maple. I like this fat lad. Absolute chunker. Yeah, I wanted to make an amazing digital circus persona. Moving on. Oh look, there she is again. Oh yeah, I named her Tads because my brain was like, T amazing digital circus. Tads. Then I remembered it would be Tadk, but I like Tads better, so. More sketches for Fakeamon Designs. This one was a fashionable red wolf. Fun fact, the park near where I live has some of the only red wolves left in existence. I will not elaborate. But then I also wanted to make this Pokemon, or Fakeamon rather, based on Baron, because he used to be able to twirl and just be a pretty little ballerina boy. And then more sketches of Maple. This was a sketch for graphic design. I had to make a brochure. Oh, we got colored photos, colored pictures, colored drawings. There he goes. This one's kind of terrifying. I don't know if I like it or not. But yeah, Maple and his waifu Rose. Then we have Bill carrying Leonard because Leonard got hurt or something, I don't know. And then the rest of the pictures, besides this one of Blue Bun, are of what I wanted to be the box legendary. I wanted to have it be Fakeamon head and heart. So this guy represents wisdom, logic rather, he represents logic. This one meant to represent emotion. To this day, I have not made good designs for them. I was straight up struggling. I even drew an amygdala to help me, but it didn't help. So I was contemplating how to draw it. I mean, that's a sick pose, but like, it's not the design I was looking for. Even more sketches because I could not decide. So I gave up and have not worked on it for a very long time. He looks cool, but like, I don't know if he really screams box legendary Pokemon. Like this dude looks a lot more box legendary, but still not what I'm looking for. Ooh, and here was for my sheeple short. And then these were pictures of Stormy, or little May May. I don't remember how I got this sticker, but I think it's neat. And then this was a reference sheet for the moth species of Maple and Rose and all them good folks.
Caterpillar.
And then more sketches and designs for my Fakemon. More Fakemon sketches. My goodness, I designed so much. And again, I just could not decide what would look cool, what would look best for the box legendaries. Straight up struggling, as they say. But this guy, Wintergo, is like a winter Wendigo. Absolutely sick design, if I do say so myself, and I do. Then there's this guy, and all these little possum fellas who are based on roadkill because we live near a highway in the country, and there's a lot of roadkill. Then this guy is based on giant snake and also the spring. It was some sort of snake from American Indian mythology, but I do not remember what he was. I also need to redesign him. Ooh, this I used as a sketch for the final drawing of the Splossom, I guess. Splat Possum. I don't remember if that was his name or his evolution's name. And more box legendaries, but I couldn't decide. I couldn't do it. Ah! And then, so we have lots of bunnies. One of them is named Pocus, but we call him Sponge. I don't know how that happened either. But whenever he flops over all sideways, we just say, oh, look at Spongy, he died. But he only did it for a split second, so we were like, split second sponge death. So I drew it as a band logo or something. Ooh, and then differences between Bill and Will. Those are outdated, because I recently redesigned them like 2 weeks ago. And more Wyvern, more Moth. And then we got Will, we got Leonard, we got Bill, we got the bad guy, Abeloth. That design's awesome. I'm in the middle of redesigning Abeloth, but like, oh yeah, Abeloth used to be Rick. Yeah, that guy from the Flip-A-Clip part. He's a dragon dude now. So yeah, Bill's adventures all over the place. This is the sketch I used for my favorite picture of Koyuki, which is also a speed paint. And then these, except for Jacko, are characters I got from Unveil. I got Blend, and I got Banna. Forbidden image of Banna with his hair out of his eyes. And yeah, Blend is meant to be the mother figure to Jacko. So here, Jacko when he was a baby, and then he grew up, and now he's super big. He like Clifford the dog. Plans for Malt, who was Blend's sister, I think, is who I made her. Also, Elder Twist, and then some of the tinier fruit foxes. And then Gemstone Bat Fakemon. I really like that face. That's adorable. But I still haven't done a final design for its evolution. More Fakemon. Ooh, redesigns of some of my really early Fakemon. This one was Kyeet, I think. It's like a coyote, but you yeet. Plague Dr. Moth. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can, but my dad is mowing the lawn, so sorry if that's in the video. Side chick, peak name, absolutely incredible. My brain is massive for coming up with that. Oh yeah, and then I gave Banna a cousin named Pitanya, which is like Anya mixed with a pitaya or a dragon fruit. That's silly together. And then another redesign for Macy because I cannot stop redesigning my Bill's Adventures characters. The story's not even called Bill's Adventures anymore. And I wanted an antagonist thingamabobber for the moths, but these things just look creepy. And then I was working on my lilac redesigns, except here's Rosie as well. And it's just, I mean, it's not awful, but it's certainly not what I was looking for. I'm still in the middle of redesigning them, but I wanted it to be a more 50s diner aesthetic. I don't know, this just looks like a slightly creepy furry. I copied some animatronic designs I saw on Pinterest, and then here's a drawing of my bunny Keebler. Here is, actually that's a pretty fabulous design. I don't know why I didn't make that the final design for a Fakeamon based on the marbled salamander. And then this blue dragon, bro is so cool. What a neat fella. And then I practiced drawing a lot of skulls just so I could draw Michael Afton. Father, it's me, Michael. Then also Old Man Consequences. I really like this drawing of Michael, but I cannot draw it in any other perspective than just this. So I don't know. Makes me sad. I want to draw bro more. Whole bunch of Michael Afton. I can't stop myself. Ayo, why you Orple? Comically large spoon. Yeah, I was also obsessed with drawing Michael Afton for like 2 days. I go through a lot of phases. And then this is either the final or second to final. This is the second to last of the pages. I had just watched Resident Evil Vendetta. Leon's a sad boy now, but he's our sad boy. And then my boy, Loopy Lagamon, first fake Digimon I ever designed, and I love him very much. He's my boy. Kiwimon, an official Digimon. And then these were designs for, or concepts for, a Digivolution for Loopy Lagamon. I didn't really go with any of them. I guess the final sword looks like this fella, but not really. And the final page! Like, I got to vote for the first time, but the final page! More Loopy Lagamon. And then, the end. I also like this little crow. But yeah, that is the last page of my sketchbook. The first sketchbook I have ever completed in my entire life. And hopefully not the last one, because I have a lot of sketchbooks. But yeah, thank you for over 600 subscribers. That's pretty neat. And this lawnmower is loud. But yeah, I have been recording all in all for like an hour and a half, so I need to get to editing. Thank you for watching. Bye.